welcome to Jobimfest 2024. Those who don't know me, my name is Joe Carter. I am director of the academic music program here at St. Paul University. And my partner for the first song is a friend of mine for many, many years. And she only occasionally is able to come up to Connecticut. She's since moved out of the area, but she comes back for performances. And I'm so happy she agreed to come here tonight for this one. Miss Ryerson. If you wonder why the flute was curved like that, because it's an alto flute. Right? Okay, one of the reasons. We'd like to bring now the rest of the congregation. We have on harmonica the world's tallest harmonica player, Mr. Hendrik Meurkens. On drums from Curitiba, Brazil, I believe, Sam Martinelli. And the one and the only friend of mine since, well, let's just say a very long time ago. We've known each other and we've been playing through the years on and off. And very fortunate for him to be with us tonight, Mr. Harvie S on bass. Continuing now with the music of Jobim, which is what this evening is all about. I think I told you that first song was called Meditation, a song that he wrote with his childhood friend. As the next song, also written with that same person. His friend's name was Newton Mendonça, and they were kids together. They grew up in Rio. They used to play in the beaches in Rio. And both of them played piano. They grew up. Both of them became musicians. Newton went on and became a doctor and was a musician part-time. But he's responsible, along with Jobim, for writing some of these classic songs from the late 1950s and early 60s. This next song is called A Discussão. Thank you. And what a well-educated audience. I knew that. I realized that you knew when to clap after the solos. That's hip. You're a hip crowd. That's great. Next song by Jobim is a song called Andorina, written in, I want to say, the early 1970s, if not 1970. And this was a period that Jobim started to realize that things were starting to slip away in Brazil. Jobim was an early environmentalist before that became a popular thing. He realized that Brazil was losing a lot of its resources for whatever reasons. He used to like to tell a story when him and Newton and his other friends would play on the beach as kids. The sand used to sing. He said it was so pure and so clean as you walked on the sand, you heard a sound. You heard shh, 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 shh. He said it was beautiful. It was like a song. He realized, though, as he got older, the sand wasn't as pure anymore, and you didn't get that sound anymore. He liked to write songs about the landscape of Brazil, the sky, the mountains, the ocean. And he also liked to write songs about some of the animals of Brazil. This next song, Andorino, is a small bird that was found only in Brazil. And I guess at that time, it became somewhat of an endangered species. So this is his song. It's from a trilogy, 3 albums that he recorded 1970s that were recorded in the United States and combined North American musicians with musicians from Brazil. This is our version of Andolina. Next song will feature Professor Meurkens on harmonica, and this is entitled Triste. And another one of the songs from the trilogy of recordings that Joby made in the United States. Very popular, this song with jazz artists, I believe. And Professor Meurkens and myself had the privilege of playing this song recently in one of the great jazz clubs in New York, the Z Club. And now we're going to play it here this evening. Whoa. Jobim wrote over 500 songs in his lifetime. And one of the beautiful things about Jobim is that when we think of most composers, they compose or write songs in one particular style or genre of music. The Beatles wrote, John Lennon, Paul McCartney wrote pop songs. They didn't write jazz, they didn't write classical music, they didn't write East Indian music. Bach and Beethoven wrote classical music. Jobim, on the other hand, wrote just about every style or genre of Brazilian music that is possible. He created bossa nova, so he wrote bossa nova songs, yes, but he also wrote samba and choro and baião. He wrote music for television. He wrote film scores. He wrote classical music. He He wrote, the list goes on and on, Brazilian folk music. Most musicians, I believe, it's my theory anyhow, have a favorite Jobim song. I happen to know what Hendrik's favorite Jobim song is. My favorite Jobim song is the next song, Ligia. I just love the song from the first time I heard it. And being the professor, teacher, instructor that I am, I needed to know about who was this Ligia. It's a woman's name, but who was it? And I tried to do research, and I couldn't really find out in the beginning who it was. But I felt it probably is important, maybe. I know one of his writing partners, Vinicius de Moraes, who wrote the lyrics to a lot of his songs, had a sister named Ligia. So I just assumed the song was written for her. Well, recently I was trying to read through some articles in Portuguese, and I saw the mention of Ligia. I said, hey, wait a minute, something's going on here. Let me try to figure out what's being said here, and I found out the origin of this song. Ligia was a married woman of a friend of his, and he was married at the time also. And they had sort of a thing, an attraction to one another, but they both knew it could never go anywhere. Jobim used to like to say that he wrote love songs to women that he knew he could never have relationships with, and this is one of them. So this song was written for his friend, Ligia. Martinelli joined us in a song written by Jobim entitled Song of the Jet. There was a movie that happened a few years before this song was written. It was called Black Orpheus, and it was 1959. It was a worldwide hit, this movie. And it took place in Rio de Janeiro. And it figuratively put Rio on the map. A lot of people didn't know what Brazil was about, didn't know where Rio was. And there were no airplane flights, no direct flights from places like New York or London or Paris to Rio. You had to go to other places to get there. Well, this movie was so popular, and it showed people what was there, and people fell in love with this place called Rio de Janeiro, that a demand was created for airlines to create direct flights to Rio. We now have New York to Rio every day, a couple of times a day, in London, in Paris, and wherever else, directly to Rio. This song speaks to that. It was the time of the jet. Airplanes had been turning into jet planes. And Jobim was right on board, Song of the Jet. Funny coincidence is that after Jobim passed away, they decided to change the name of the airport in Rio to Tom Jobim Airport, named after him. This is, I probably said this a few times, I'll probably say it at least one more time. This is one of my favorite Jobim tunes, Song of the Jet, Samba do Avião. come now to that moment in the concert where I say, this is the last song of the concert. This is, first of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming and supporting live music. This is a great thing. I always say that because I work at a place like this at Sacred University that supports the arts in all its forms, and especially live music. Without that support, we wouldn't be here this evening. So I'm a happy guy. The next song, or the last song I should say, is Jobim's probably his most famous song. You've all heard this in one form or another, dentist's office, in the elevator, car commercial. I'm of an age, and I won't say how old I am, but I'm of an age when I heard this song on the radio when it first came out. And it reminds me of a time period when music, like so many other things, crossed over. It wasn't just music for a certain generation. It wasn't music for a certain ethnic group. It wasn't music for a certain person who had political views. Everybody enjoyed this song when it came out in the early 1960s. The song is about a girl, and the story goes that Venetia's Marias, Jobim's writing partner, and Jobim every afternoon would sit in a bar at the beach in Rio de Janeiro, and they noticed a girl that went by every day on her way to the beach, and she was beautiful. And Jobim was very quick to say, this isn't the story about a lecherous old man looking at a young girl. It's about this idea of appreciating beauty in whatever form it is. Whatever we're doing, we see something beautiful or see something of beauty, whatever beauty is to you, and we stop for a few moments and we think about it. Could be a nice shiny car. We stop and say, hey, that's a nice car. Or somebody's got a nice pair of sneakers. Hey, those are nice sneakers. This happened to be a young woman who was walking to the beach every day. And Jobim said you would look at her and you would think, you would relate your life to her. It's like, she's beautiful. I wish I knew her. And where is she going? And what is she doing every day? And so on and so forth. This is the song about the girl from Ipanema. Thanks once again for coming. We appreciate it. This is, as I said, the Ipanema. But before, one more time, please acknowledge and give out a clap for Mr. Hendrik Meurkens on harmonica. Ryerson on flutes. The one and only Brazilian in the band, Sam Martinelli. Mr. Harvie S on bass. And as most of you know, I am Joe Carter on guitar. Okay, I'll get A's this semester.